Welcome to Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. Hey y'all, hey, welcome to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. Let me take that back. Welcome to the third season, first episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. I am your pretty cool host, MVD. At least I think so myself. What the fuck is up? It's been like almost over 8 months since I have recorded a podcast episode. I was supposed to be off for like 2 months. I planned on coming back in 2 months of taking a little chill break, and baby, but we already had that whole episode about me not being consistent, so we're working on that. I'm back though. That's what matters. Today we talking about fuck change. We're just gonna jump right into it. For my returning listeners, I appreciate y'all. I don't know if y'all was going back re-listening to them or what, but the numbers kept going up. So I appreciate y'all. I really wasn't even advertising or nothing, but that's real. Hey y'all. To my first time listeners, if you're easily offended, yeah, it's probably not even for you. Just keep scrolling. We're not even gonna waste your time. I appreciate the play. That does count, but don't waste your time. Don't even search me on social media or anywhere else and invest your time and your thoughts and your paragraphs. Keep them to yourself. Don't DM me. Don't. This is simply like a online diary or some shit. It's my perspective. This is not, the disclaimer they want you to put. This is not in no way, shape, or form any type of medical advice. This is me talking out loud. Why I say fuck change? Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a few reasons of when people be like, be careful what you ask for. Make sure you're ready for the blessing. Do you hear me? When people say that, it is really a thing. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, I'm ready for change. You making a cute Facebook post, I'm ready for change. And then you look up and you really done changed, but you wasn't really ready. So now you just fumble the bag, the blessing, the job, the person, whatever it is, because you weren't really ready. But you played ready and you got yourself in a situation. But when you change so much that you don't even allow yourself to self sabotage and go back to your old ways, woo! That sucks. I mean, it's good. Change is good, do not get me wrong, because it is necessary for self improvement, elevation in life, maturity. So, change is always good. Always good if it directs you into a healthier version of yourself, right? That's not what I'm saying. But I'm still saying, like, the people we get on social media and it's like, kumbaya, change, mother God, earth. Try not to cuss because I'm trying to change. That shit, that's not how that go. And it's really a bittersweet process, but the sweetness is well worth it. But change is uncomfortable. It is scary and it is intense when you're genuinely committed to it because like you literally shed the old version of you. Like down to your habits, down to your taste buds, down to your type, your conversation style, your activities, your thoughts, like everything morphs for real. So you can always, when somebody is actually put in the work and they know where they've came from and they know the sacrifices and the trial and error and the true intentional effort they had to put into in order to become this better version of themselves. Baby, we be knowing people who just loud and ain't doing no type of change, but doing it for the gram or TikTok or this new person they done got with and they feel like they can pretend for a while and trick them that they are changed. It's a lot of people that's acting like it, but behind closed doors, no. Mm-mm. Not buying it. Not buying it at all. The number one thing that I have learned through my transition, and when I say my transition, like When I'm talking about change, I'm talking about real change. Let's stop there. We're talking about like major life changes. Like you just got out of jail or prison and you're really trying to turn over a new leaf. That's some hard stuff. If you are a recovering drug addict and you're trying for real to change and kick your habit, that's hard. That's hard. If you have been in like an abusive or a toxic relationship for a very long time, that this person, although they're not good for you, has become like a source of dependency, and you're really trying to stay away and learn something new, baby, that's hard. So please do not like write yourself off as your version of change may not. All versions of change are hard. If you're trying to break generational curses, because maybe your family is a little toxic. We all got issues, but they got more issues than most. Like some traumatic issues, and you're trying to just break everything you've been taught, and they've been taught, and they've been taught. That's hard. That's really hard. That's legit change. If you are really trying to be the healthier version of yourself, whether you just want to improve your self esteem or fit in a certain pair of outfit that you done bought, because baby, I got me some outfits that I bought last year. And I said, like how this fits, I'm gonna go ahead and work out because I'm gonna get in this. So springtime, just know I bought those last spring and it didn't work out. So I got in the gym. That's hard. What are you talking about? That's hard. So now that we got that out of the way, people that are really, really, really changing, like standing on business. They're done. They want something different and they're putting in the work and they're figuring out how to do it. Baby, it could be a really lonely transition. Like, it could get really, really lonely. But we have the loner episodes. To my new listeners, if you have not listened to Loner Mentality Part 1 and Part 2, I advise you to go do that. It's no secret I'm a loner. Being around them people are effort. It's an effort. It's a full-time effort for me. Um, that means the friendships that I have are very genuine, like legit genuine, and I'm loyal to a fault. I don't pop out often, but if you need me, I'm there. And when I do pop in, it's gonna be a meaningful pop in. I'm just not gonna pop up to waste your time, pass on gossip, nothing like that. But if you need me, I'm there. So I feel like I'm really loyal and I value loyalty in my friendships. I don't have many of them, but I have very good core friendships. With this change, I have lost so many connections and friendships and relationships that I never fathomed that I would. And in the beginning, it used to hurt my feelings. Like some of the most nastiest people, attitude wise, or even the most dangerous people, if we're being honest, they're really just overly emotional. And they feel like when somebody hurt their feelings, they just gonna go there because it used to hurt my feelings. Like, you're fake, like just to the whole nine because betrayal is betrayal, or not having a conversation and hoarding on emotions. I feel like those are things that shouldn't be done in a genuine friendship at all, especially at any mature age that you have real life shit going on. Nobody has time for that. Like, what? Nobody has time for that. But when it got to that point in the beginning, I was like, she's acting brand new. Like, I don't understand why she's acting like that. And I would just like either say some unkind words, and it is what it is. When I see you, don't speak to me. And that was what it was. But now it's just like, you can no longer be friends with someone and it not be from a place of beef or a place of ill will. Literally, people's life paths separate. And I had to catch myself because it was like, instead of me being offended and like, how dare they treat me like this? Girl, you going through stuff too. You not the best friend all the time. So it is what it is. They're dealing with their stuff. You're dealing with your stuff. It is what it is. I'm really big on what's meant will be, right? And I feel like if you have a solid foundation on a friendship, a business partnership, a relationship, if the foundation is solid, you can go a while without speaking to each other. And when you're in that time of need and you just know that person is there, you're going to reach out and they're going to answer because that's a solid foundation friendship. But when it comes to those big life changes, and you're really focused and you're really putting in the work and you're really like intentional because you trying to change, bro, like you trying to do something different, those are the most important times that a lot of those friendships are put to a test, especially if the change isn't on the same journey. And that's okay. That's okay. And it can be a conversation that can be had like, girl, I'm really not interested in doing that no more. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not interested in doing that no more. I don't want to be rude, but I'm trying to do something different. Um, yeah. Or no, I just don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to talk about that no more. What I really started to see is once I started setting boundaries on conversations, and I was just like more towards, hey, do you journal? Do you want to go for a walk? Once I started saying stuff like that, it was just kind of like, no. And certain people started to back off. So what was crazy was I was on social media, right? And I saw a meme, and for me, it was like confirmation, like, bro, just do the podcast episode, just get do the podcast episode and get it over with. Like, stop procrastinating, be consistent, and just get it over with. The meme was basically a confirmation of the conversation that I'm having. Fuck change. And you have to be serious about if you're really ready for change, because if you put in the work, you'll look up and nothing will be the same. Nothing will be the same. Your social circle will be completely different because you outgrow people and people outgrow you. And that's okay. But it doesn't mean it don't be hurtful and it don't be like, okay, is this really worth that much of a sacrifice? But basically the memes were the saddest part about my growth is I had more friends when I was in my worst version of myself. Baby, when they write, they write. When they write, I'm going to screenshot it and I'm going to repost it because they write. When I was at the absolute most worst version of myself, I wasn't kind. I was messy. I was mean. I was evil. I'm not even gonna lie. Just manipulative. I'm gonna get what I want and I know how to get it. Baby, and I'm gonna talk my way to it. I got the gift of gab and I know I got the gift of gab. But I wasn't a kind person. And although I was thriving like in the world, it was at the benefit for myself and myself only. Just not a kind person. But if they wanted to go out, they had call me. Party, call me. Get drunk, call me. Travel, call me. Shop, I'm your girl. What? You looking for some breezies? Call me, girl. What? And then once I slowly like got burnt out, because for me it was I just got burnt out to the point of how long am I going to continue to do the same thing and get the same results? Like, y'all remember that one episode? I was like, if you slice a orange and you slice a lemon and you take the slice of lemon and you place it in the whole orange and vice versa, just because it fit doesn't mean it belongs. If you desire something more like intensely, you'll get bored with everything. You'll get bored with everything and you'll begin to question everything. And then they'll be like, okay, what's next? I want more. I want to start something different. I want to learn. I want to evolve. I want to do something different. And that's cool for the people who don't ever get to that point, because in reality, it's a lot of people that's going to die and never change. That hurt my feelings too. A lot of my friendships was just because either life's path went on separate ways, or one life path moved forward and the other just stayed stagnant. Um, but why you got to be careful? Let's get to that. That's the first thing I learned. When you really say you ready for change and you start to put in the work, you have to be so serious. Or it can go three ways. This is as simple as it is. One, you gonna relapse. You gonna go back. You gonna go back. Again, I don't care if it's a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, a substance abuse, a poor lifestyle choice, OnlyFans, anything illegal or just degrading. OnlyFans ain't bad. I'm not gonna say it like that. But you just got out of prison and you try not to go back to prison for doing the same thing, but that's really all you know. So you that's all you know. Like, you've tried to do it different, but it's so hard and you're failing, and you know that failure wouldn't be an option if you went back, because that's easy. That's that's what I'm talking about. So either you're gonna go back if you're not serious, and the moment the effort towards change gets uncomfortable or scary or frustrating, you're gonna be like, fudge this. I yeah, I tried. It was cool. Um I did that. But I'm gonna go ahead and go back because I have things to do and I know how to do it this way. It's comfortable this way. Yeah, I know it ain't good for me, but I'm just gonna go back. So you're gonna go back. You're gonna relapse. You're gonna stay in the same cycle. At the moment you get uncomfortable with change, that's that one. Or you're gonna do the change for real. But you're not gonna test yourself on how much you have really evolved. Maybe you're working on your anger and you're doing real good, but you don't go nowhere no more. You don't go nowhere no more. You don't answer your phone. You do what you want to do. You really just like to yourself, right? Maybe you're practicing celibacy. Cool, which is good, but you're not going anywhere. You're staying in the house. You're not doing any of the normal things that you would normally do. Like, but you've changed because you're no longer doing that. Or you want to start the entrepreneurship. You started, you do, but you're not consistent with it. You're not investing in it as you should. You're not giving the same effort to your entrepreneurship as you do your 9 to 5, but you technically got your website out, or you came out with your logos, or you printed out your business cards, so you almost technically started. People know about it, but you keep pushing back your start date. Like, that's change. You're technically doing it, but still bullshitting. You're not all the way involved. You're gonna get stuck in this like isolation loner. Again, if you haven't listened to Loner Mentality 1 and 2, do that. Because that is really a mentality. And the peace that comes with being by yourself is so addictive. You'll be like, kumbaya. You will really not want to be around people. And you will get stuck in just your little bubble with your small circle. And that'll just be okay. Which, that is good. But you have to be careful with that because you learn from people. So you're supposed to have encounters. That's first of all. You really learn from every encounter that you have. Now, whether you pick up on a lesson or you just walk into a situation or with an individual you're not supposed to and you just still do it anyways, that's on you. But you are supposed to experience people for encounters and life lessons. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve, right? Also, how you know you really changed if you're not really around people? Like, you can say you got rid of your anger issues or you're working on your anger, but you really not being around people. You really don't know until you test it, right? You could be like, girl, I'm celibate, whatever, whatever, and then go to a bar and get one shot in you, and you 6 months in, you get a little drink in you because you ain't been going out in them 6 months, and now you lose as a goose. Your friends are recording you because you said you were celibate, and you're gonna regret this because you really ain't been putting in the work because you've been in your isolation period. I mean, you've changed, but are you putting that change to the test to say, not for real, I've changed, right? So you're supposed to be around people for lessons, and then you have to be around people in order to see if you've really changed. That's important. And you can get caught up, like change so much, and you lose friendships, and you lose those foundation connections that you thought were solid simply because you're not interested in doing the things that y'all once had in common, or their life path doesn't match yours, or vice versa, and you no longer have those core friendships that, or as many as you thought. You're not at the place that you want to network or meet other people. So you just be ducked off. And that can get lonely. That can. And you'll slip up like being antisocial and depressed. And ain't nobody got time for that. If you don't know if you're depressed, if your phone is always on do not disturb, your window shades is always closed. You either eating too much or you eating too little. You sleeping too much or you not sleeping enough. Let some light in. Rearrange your furniture. Put on your favorite music. Rearrange your furniture. Smell the favorite smells that you want, whether it's food, your candles, a cologne, a body oil. Put your favorite smells. Let that light in. Rearrange your house. Move. Be busy. Because you're probably depressed. And that's because you've changed, but you're not functioning in your change. So you good, but you lonely. You're in your loner mentality, and you doing it because you don't want to self sabotage the change that you put in the work. You're not trying to go back to what you've been doing. You're not trying to deal with the same people that get you caught up in the same situations. So it's valid. But there's also other people out there you can get to know that are on the same life path and can probably help you. You can probably, meet new people. But again, that's uncomfortable. And you can get stuck in this isolation period by of having a fear of being uncomfortable with change. So you just practice the change that you want and implement good habits, but you're not actively putting them to the test. Or you can step your foot out there, don't like the uncomfortability, and dip back out to your old ways, right? Or, believe it or not, you can put in the work to whatever you desire. Like, put in the work. Like, no more excuses. You don't need nobody to do it with you. That's what a lot of us be stopping. Like, we feel like we need somebody to go to the gym with us. We feel like we need somebody to start the podcast. We feel like we need somebody to start this book. I'm trying not to have the loner mentality, but sometimes it's good to come out of that loner mentality mind frame because you got common sense. Keep in mind, anytime that you attach a large amount of responsibility to another person, you technically are already gambling with your expectations. And they're probably going to be short. They're probably going to come up short to your expectation. You setting yourself up for failure anytime you introduce your change or attach your change to someone else. Might as well do it for yourself. In case they don't want to do it, you still going to do it. And it's not for them. You don't want it's for you. Just do it. So right? Believe it or not, if you put in the work, it's boring. Let me not say that. It's boring, it's frustrating, and it's stressful because when you really put in the work to want something different and to make positive changes, to see something different, to be around different motherfuckers. Oh, I cussed. That's pretty good. I only cussed once in the whole episode. But once you really start putting in that work, like for real, um, you'll start really kind of battling with yourself because the old you will be like, bro, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. This is too much. And you want to go back. But so it's a constant conversation like, nope, I'm going to commit to this. Nope, I'm going to get up. Nope, I'm going to do it. Okay, it didn't work out. I'm going to do it again. Because some got to shake eventually. So you're at like a constant battle with yourself. So it's hard because it'll come to the point that like, you be like, bro, why I want to go back to something that I know not good for me, something I know is not beneficial, a distraction. I know it's a distraction. I know I'm capable of doing this. Why? That be frustrating. So you commit and you see it through. Like you see it through. You're changing your schedule. You're really investing in whatever it is that you want to do. Whether you want to go back to school, you want to start that job, you want to start reading a book. Believe it or not, some people get out of high school and ain't never read a book. Ain't read a book ever again. Ever again. I got thirsty, y'all. I'm doing horrible. I try to do a gallon of water a day. Um, I've been doing horrible today. And don't be one of them people that be like, oh, what kind of water is that? Don't worry about it. It ain't faucet water. That's all that matter. I started taking the wrappers off my water because people be like, why are you drinking that? Because I'm country. And I grew up drinking well water, if we really want to be honest. What are the water holes? So I don't care. As long as it ain't Dasani, I don't care. Or at the faucet. I don't care. My organs is okay. It's okay. But anyways, we're gonna take a bit. So you put it in the work and you're really committed to change, right? And you battling with yourself. And you just not even doing it. I'm to the point that even if I try to do it, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around because I already know this ain't even gonna work out. Like I don't even be wanting. I be like, I'm gonna go to the club. Maybe put me a wig on and put my. I will get there and be like, girl, you, you know, you don't even want to do this. Like, do you even really want to walk around looking at people looking at you? Your feet gonna hurt. Girl, you better go get you some food, take you some pictures, and come back in this house. You got stuff you need to do. Like, make that podcast episode already because you've been saying it for months now. Back home I go. Because you outgrow things. And when you outgrow things and you put in the work for real to not only say, I want to do these changes, but implementing tangible actions to go toward these changes, it's just going to be natural that you're going to start new habits. You're going to start doing different stuff. You're going to start replacing your old habits with new habits. You're going to start replacing those lost friendships with new friendships from this side of life that you're in. You're going to start hanging out at different places. Like everything changes. You legit look up and be like, ain't nothing the same. Everything's different. And that can make it complicated to people who really doubted your change because they refuse to let go of that past image of you. So they're left behind and you weird. You're not the same them that they knew. So they don't even know how to handle you, how to talk to you. It's just the dynamic. You have to stop holding on to relationships that you have outgrown. You cannot be friends. You can decide not to continue to be friends with someone and then not be a beef. And on that note, you don't have to explain yourself. It can be in a mature conversation if that's what you want to have. I would recommend that. But if it is in a place that it may become a trigger to your effort of change or your lifestyle change or your new relationship or your new job, it may become a trigger to you to get caught up and make some sacrifices that you're not willing to make or just question what you're currently doing. If it gets to that point, and it's disturbing your peace or it could disturb your peace, you don't owe nobody an explanation. You got to do what's best for you at all times. And you can do that without feeling guilty, right? So your habits change, where you hang out change, your friends gonna change, like how you dress might even change. Like, y'all remember the episode I said rebranding? Maybe you rebranding yourself. You're supposed to rebrand yourself so as many times as you desire in life. You knew the old me. You don't know this me, and it's okay. And I value our experience we had. with that version of me at that time in my life, baby. I don't care if it was 6 months ago. I appreciate that, but not in this chapter. And the more you step on that commitment 10 toes deep, like I'm not entertaining none of that, everything will change. And it'll be good. It'll be uncomfortable because you're putting yourself in situations that you desired, but you don't know what to expect until you get there. So it is new, it is uncomfortable, it is going to be very uncomfortable, but it is so worth it. So, with that being said, it's okay to change. I say fuck change because everybody that want to recommend it really need to be honest about how hard it is, how lonely it can be, how stressful, but it is so rewarding. It is. So, if you really want to experience something like peace of mind, financial freedom, passive income, higher education, healthy love, healthy parenting, whatever change it is that you desire, for real, don't wait on nobody, bro. Just do it. And when you do it, do not allow anybody to make you feel guilty. It is to be expected to outgrow relationships. It is to be expected to even outgrow your family. It is to be expected for you to push away from anybody who doesn't genuinely support you. Cool. You can do that in a non disrespectful way, but you also have to be careful not to get stuck in this isolation period and be afraid to move on. Let in those new people. Let them support you. Let them pour into you of knowledge, accountability. Let them introduce new things to you. A lot of us really block our own change completely because we're afraid to network and we're afraid to try new things with new people. Right? Do it. That's all I'm saying is just do it. Just do it. I ain't want to do this video for YouTube. Baby, that's really why I ain't came back. Everybody get on YouTube, get on YouTube, get on YouTube. I can do a TikTok video for 2 minutes. 2 strong minutes. I don't care how I look. I'm gonna say what I need to say, I'm gonna log out. 30 minutes of me talking, looking to myself. But I did it. So it's no procrastinating. So I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm not being a hypocrite. If you listening to me, life can't be that bad because you got time to listen to a podcast. So you got time to do whatever it is that you want to do to make yourself better. Because I'm doing it right now. And you supporting me. But anyways, y'all, for my audio listeners, I am now on YouTube. Same name, Judge Me Not, with your pretty cool host, NVD. Follow me on all social media. Same name. ENVIIDEE. Bye. Woo, I got it over. I did. Thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. If you want to keep up with your girl, you can always find me on Facebook and Instagram at NVD. That's ENVIIDEE. Bye.